And welcome to Bushnell Prairie City High School. No pregame, straight to it. Had some technical difficulties that Dwayne got ironed out for us, but we're set here for the JV contest here for North Fulton and Bushnell Prairie City High School. I'm Jeff Borders, once again joined by producer Kenny beside me. Color Kenny.
Whatever you want to call me.
Just don't call me late for dinner, right? North Fulton to kick off here to start the contest. Going to kick it cross the field. It's going to be through the arms of Dalton Huffman. He's going to pick it up, bring it to the near side. Had a couple blockers. He's going to break one tackle and finally gets wrapped up and brought down at about the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 25. First possession for the Spartans, going to come out the split backfield. 2 wide receiver set. Huffman at quarterback. Do a quick pitch to younger Brender Lane Huffman. He's going to take it down the far sideline, and he's going to have enough for a first down and a couple extra. Give him a gain of 12 and a first down for the Spartans. And tight this time. Split backfield. Going to be a quick pitch to the right once again. I believe that is number 44, Ethan Pierce on the carry. Is at a gain of about 4. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Spartans. Split backfield, 1 wide receiver to the near side. High snap, kind of threw off the timing a little bit, but the handoff to Lane Huffman, and he's going to go for a gain of about 15, and it'll be enough for another Spartan first down. Ball across the 50-yard line now at about the North Fulton 49-yard line. Split formation in the backfield for the Spartans. Quick pitch to the near side to Pierce. He's going to turn it upfield. Try to spin off the first tackler, but he gets wrapped up right there by number 11. That's Draven Leedy on the tackle. Looks like a gain of about 2 to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Spartans. Two wide receiver set, split backfield for the Spartans here on 2nd down. Going to fake a handoff, turn to look, and he's going to throw one deep down the center, I guess more to the far side of the field. Number 5, Brock Beekman, the intended receiver for the Spartans, is going to fall incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
As we get going here, they're having a little bit of issues with our streaming service. However, I think I got it figured out where it should work. So just put into our live chat if you guys are experiencing any buffering issues, and we'll just keep on working and figure this out as Lane Huffman gets the ball, and he just keeps on circling through. We'll get the first down and about 5 more.
Gain of about 14 there for Lane Huffman on the 3rd down and 8 play. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball, they're going to move it back about a half yard, so ball 1st and 10 on the 20. That looks like the 35-yard line of the Wildcats.
7:20 left in this first quarter.
It's going to be a quick pitch to the far side to Pierce once again. He's going to sidestep the first tackler and have a gain about 4, it looks like. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6. No score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. First possession of the contest for either team. Split backfield for the Spartans. Handoff goes to Lane Huffman. He's going to split the would-be tacklers in the backfield, break a few more tackles, and once again have another big gain of about 13 yards. Correction, about 10 yards, and another Spartan first down.
It's kind of crazy how Lane Huffman can just break any tackle around him. If you do not come at him feet charging, full contact, he is just going to slip right past you.
Split backfield handoff's going to be fake to Lane this time. Going to hand off to Pierce. He's going to take it up the middle. He's going to have a pretty decent gain there, about 7 maybe. Looks like a gain of 6. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. I just said that because I can't agree with Dwayne. I did that too much Friday night. I used them all up, Kenny.
Yeah, I like how Dwayne leans over, says 5, and you just reiterate your 6.
Well, I did say 7. I did change it, so. Handoff to Lane Huffman up the middle once again, and he's going to have enough for a first down and a gain of about 7 there. It's going to be 1st and 10, it looks like. Ball right outside the 10-yard line. So they would pretty much have to get to the 1-inch line for it to be a first down.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if it does get down to that, you've got 4 chances to get there. I don't think you really want to worry about getting the next 4.
Looks like a busted play. Dalton Huffman's finally just going to try to run it. He's going to lose about 5 yards, it looks like. He's going to be brought down back around the 15. Looked like he went to handoff and there was no one there.
Nice sack there by Dawson Shields, playing for the North Fulton Wildcats. North Fulton, the 2nd time they've been able to play, first time that's been in Bushnell, with these JV teams trying to pretty much get any games they can.
1 wide receiver, split backfield, quick pitch to Lane Huffman. He's going to try to get it outside with his speed, but had the angles. Try to see who the tackler was on that one because he took a really good angle and cut Lane off from turning that upfield.
I believe that might be the linebacker. That might be coming off. That might be 51.
No, it's this one over here on the back.
4.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I didn't see a 4 on the.
If anybody from North Fulton is watching and knows who number 4 is, put it into our live chat. Worked our last JV game.
So 3rd and long here, ball on about the 13-yard line. Going to be a toss sweep once again to Lane Huffman. He's going to reverse field and come back. He's going to cut it back outside, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. As he took that pitch to the far sideline, saw there was nothing.
Turned around.
Came back, went up the middle of the field, and then cut back outside.
And decided to run where he had 1 blocker and 4 defenders sitting right in front of him. And still, just with that shiftiness, able to get to the corner for the end zone.
4:50 on the clock here in the first quarter. First score makes it 6-0. Spartans line up for the 2-point conversion. It's going to be a fake to Pierce, and Dalton Huffman's going to keep it on a little quarterback keeper, and he'll have it in for the touchdown. 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Spartans strike first, 8-0.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And the Spartans came back out to the field here to kick off, up 8-0 here at 4:50 in the first quarter. Took the opening kickoff 75 yards for the touchdown. I shouldn't say They didn't return the kickoff. It was about a 9-play
drive there. Nice run, pretty much fluctuating between handoff between Ethan Pierce and Lane Huffman. Pretty much getting about 4 or 5 yards each time.
Dalton Huffman has it teed up on the 40. He's going to put the leg into it, kick it down the far sideline, and it's going to take a North Fulton bounce. It's going to go out of bounds, and they will bring that ball up about 10 yards and place it at the 35-yard line. You know, we saw a lot of that Saturday, Kenny, and not Saturday. Saw a lot of that Friday night on the varsity game, and that's something Dwayne and I talked about. You know, Bittner doing the kicking during varsity, and we didn't really see a whole lot of, you know, that hasn't been an issue for him all year long, but it seemed like the other night about every time he kicked the ball, he was kicking it out of bounds.
I don't really know if that'd be down to either weather conditions, but trying to get away from somebody that, especially a good returner, that's one of the things you got to worry about.
So North Fulton's going to come out in what looks like a shotgun formation. Going to send a man in motion, hand off to the running back up the middle, where he's going to get body slammed backwards by Carter Chambers, number 11, Draven Leedy, the carry. And in the world of WWE, that is called a belly-to-back suplex.
That is more of a German, to be honest. German suplex.
Or if you're a fan that is Suplex City.
Yeah, from Brock Lesnar.
Little Brock Lesnar tackle there, I guess you'd call it.
I don't know. A Taz suplex back in ECW was more my style.
I'm with you on that. I would actually say who I watched it from, but we don't speak his name anymore.
Oh, well, yeah.
Motion here to the near side. It's going to be a quick pitch. A lot of blue jerseys to force him in, but he does a good job of cutting it back out and finally gets brought down. Number 54, Kramer, is going to be the first one in there to make contact, and Lane Huffman comes in to help clean it up.
And it looked like he was really going for the fumble there. He had to pretty much tackle him by his arms.
So they'll bring up a 3rd and 2 here for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation once again here on 3rd down, trying to get the Spartans to jump off sides, and did a very good job this time of watching the ball. Now it's a snap, and there's going to be a quarterback keeper to near side. He's going to have enough for the first down. It's going to be Dalton Huffman comes up and makes the tackle, but not before he gets a gain of 4 and enough for a Wildcat first down.
Rushed by number 12, Jackson Gibney, the quarterback. He had that perfect Tony Akers, hand over hand, perfect position. That's one thing that anytime I see anybody running like that, I know that's the way that I ever ran the ball when Tony told us to do something in practice, because there was no way I was ever going to do triangle push-ups while him yelling at us for a fumble.
Yup. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 2 near side. Quarterback in the shotgun, Gibney by himself in the backfield. Motion to the near side now. It's going to be a handoff to the motion man. A little jet sweep action, but fumble. Ball on the ground. And I believe that's going to be covered by Willie.
And it will. So Bostrom getting the ball at North Fulton's about 47-yard line.
Number 1, Lane Huffman on the tackle and forced fumble. And then the ball recovered by number 26, Jake Willies. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans. Ball on the Wildcat 46-yard line.
8-0 still your score. BPC up. 2:27 left in this first quarter.
Split backfield's going to be a handoff to Pierce. He's going to take it off the near side. Or he's going to run right into 2 white jerseys that are going to drive him all the way back into the backfield. But he's going to get a short gain of about 2. Ball on the 45-yard line to bring up a 2nd, and that's going to be a short 2 yards he gained. We're going to call it a 2nd and long 8.
Draven Leedy and Ethan Shields on the tackle, and, man, they were just right there in the perfect position to stop him.
Yeah, that was that's why they tell you running backs not to stop driving your feet, because he could stop driving his feet and put his shoulder down, and they drove him backwards. Split backfield, handoff to Lane Huffman up the middle. He breaks through the line and spins off some tackles, and he's going to be gone. 2 white jerseys had their hands on him, and This is something that Dwayne and I talked about the other night in the varsity game. He is so good at spinning off initial contact and just breaking tackles. And right there, he had two guys that thought they were going to wrap him up, and Lane literally spun right between both of them and took it in for the touchdown.
It's just insane to see a freshman do that, especially Draven Lee. He was in the perfect position for that tackle. He had contact, wrap up, perfect, teaching position, and then he just spun right out of his hands. You can't really do much more than that.
It's going to be a fake handoff this time. Dalton Huffman's going to keep it for the 2-point conversion. Tries to power his way forward, and he is in. Is it a 1 up there? At the 1:40 mark here in the first quarter, it's 16-0. Your Spartans on top.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Also brought to you by Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for a personal and business bank, as well as home and agricultural lending. And its trust department stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
So the Spartans take the field here after the 45-yard Lane Huffman touchdown run. Of course, that was some points off a turnover there. Dalton of the Huffman variety has it teed up on the 40-yard line. This kick's going to go down the right hash mark, where it's going to be fielded by the return man there. He's going to bring it up the far sideline. Going to have a decent return for. He's finally wrapped up from behind. He's going to be brought down near the 45-yard line. Got a late flag that just came out also on that far sideline, Kenny.
Once again, picked up and ran by number 4. However, our roster does not have a number 4 on it, so anybody watching from North Fulton who knows who number 4 might be, put it into our live chat.
It looks like they're going to mark this off against the Spartans. Personal foul. Horse collar tackle is what they're calling. So that will give the Wildcats 1st and 10, ball on the Spartan 40-yard line. Best field position here for the Wildcats tonight. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's their second possession.
But, I mean, it is still their best, so you are correct.
One running back, quarterback in the shotgun, wide receiver near side for the Wildcats. Low snap's going to be fumbled, picked up by the one running back, and he's just going to turn it right upfield. Broken play into something. Finally going to get drugged down by Dalton Huffman and Kramer, but not before he gets down to the 16-yard line.
Almost a 25-yard rush on there as Dwayne's knocking stuff over like a bull in a china shop.
That's why I can't have nice things.
1:24 your time left in this first quarter. BPC still up 16-0. That's a type of huddle you don't really see much anymore. The nice, perfect circle of heads.
How about you just stay where you're supposed to be? Handoff to number 4 once again. He's going to take it up the middle of the field. I'm not going to put it there because you'll just knock it into bleachers. So a gain of 3 that time for the Wildcats.
1 minute remaining as they're counting down the clock.
This could be the last play of the first quarter as the Wildcats are taking their time here. We're down to just about 30 seconds here in the first quarter.
Wildcats this drive doing a pretty good job of just getting the ball down and keep on moving.
3 wide receiver set. Motion. Going to fake the handoff to the motion man, but they throw it to him in the flats. But tell you what, Dalton Huffman read that one all the way as he came across the field with the motion man, and he was right there to make the tackle. and they're going to lose about 2 yards on that play, and that effectively will be the end of the first quarter. Score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School, 16-0, Spartans on top.
Some farmers I know swear by a name.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
We're back here, 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats here at the beginning of the second quarter. Is going to be motion to the near side. Going to fake the handoff, then fake the pitch, and roll out, throw into the flats to a wide open number 11, Draven Leedy.
That is a 61, I believe. Dempsey Whitsitt.
Hey, your eyesight's better than mine. I just saw 11 standing back here in the backfield. I'm like, hey, you know what? You're right on that.
So with that, that'll get the score up to 16-6 for BPC. Wildcats going to look for a 2-point conversion.
Nice little misdirection play, rollback, almost a naked boot, and throw to a wide open receiver there in the end zone. 2-point.
Kind of reminds me of BPC's Jake Brown, Sam Hensley connections, play they love.
Going to be a toss sweep, and I tell you what, Jake Willie right there in the backfield to wrap him up initially. And then I saw Carter Chambers, Dalton Huffman, and
might be Nate Kramer.
71 Jackson Garoutage all getting up there at off the bottom of the pile. So 9:53 here in the second quarter. It's 16-6, Spartans on top.
TSSR Game Time Live is brought to you by TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is also brought to you by M&B Furniture, M&B's only furniture store, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your home or replenish a new one, stop in and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111.
This will be the second kickoff of the contest for the Wildcats. First one went to Dalton Huffman. He's back once again, joined by his brother Lane Huffman to do the kick returning. Looks like not for sure who that is. Is that number 11 that's got it teed up?
I can only see the far side, so I cannot say for sure.
Very high, short kick. Needs to be fielded by one of the guys. They're going to let it go all the way back. That was risky right there. Dalton Huffman's going to finally field it and have it to about the 32-yard line. But we kind of saw something like that Friday night, Kenny, as a ball was kicked like that. And one of the up men turned to go back, and it literally bounced in front of him as he ran back towards the return guys and then did a I guess you'd call it like a pitching wedge and just completely rotated backwards over his head, and LSA was able to recover it. That's almost what that looked like there.
That's one of those plays that it's kind of dangerous if you catch it or don't.
Split backfield, handed off to Lane Huffman, and this time Lane Huffman tried to come back across. He had a hole here to the near side, tried to cut it back once again, but that time the backside was closed off, and he's going to lose about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13.
Dempsey Whitsitt was able to make sure that he knows by now that Lane likes to cut back. So he was in the perfect position for that cutback to tackle. And that's one of the things, I mean, if you really want to shut down this BPC team, you got to stop the cutbacks.
2 wide receivers, going to be a fumbled pitch, and it's going to be picked up by Kramer, I believe. The pitch to Pierce hit the ground. So that's going to be a loss of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and Dwayne's going to say 18 for the Spartans.
So about a 3rd and 17. As Bushnell's going to empty set 2 men wide out on the far sides.
Huffman's going to be under pressure, going to roll out near side, look to throw, still looking to throw, finally going to pull it down, has a lot of running room. He's going to have a first down and more. He's got 1 guy left to beat, and he's finally going to get drugged out of bounds as the mysterious number 4 finally makes the tackle at about the 38-yard line.
Close to a 30-yard run there, maybe even more by the time he's swung around from the shotgun formation. But a massive run to stay on that sideline.
37 yards.
.825, your time left in this second quarter. 16-6, still your score. BPC up.
That was an easy one for me because they were on the 25. I can do those 5-yard intervals real easy. Split backfield once again for the Spartans. This time going to be a quick pitch to Elaine Huffman. He's going to get it outside. This time he tried to spin, and he spun off the first guy, but the other guy was there to catch him, but he still was able to drive his feet and get a gain of about, see where they put the down marker. We'll say a gain of 7, bring up a 2nd and 3.
Number 11, Draven Leedy on the tackle. As finally we get to say his name for something he did instead of misreading his number.
True. Line in tight this time, split backfield. No one to fake the handoff to, but he's going to throw it to, that is Brock Beekman, and it's going to fall incomplete as the pass was just a little bit behind him, but Brock actually got his hands on it and brought it in, but just couldn't hang on to it.
He bobbled that for a good 5 yards trying to run, just trying to get a hold of it. And it's kind of a good thing that he did drop it in case, instead of actually being a fumble. So 3rd and short, about 2 yards to go.
Split backfield for the Spartans, now 2 wide receiver set. Handoff to Lane Huffman, cuts off the first tackler. He's going to be close to a first down.
Referee is showing 4th.
So it is going to bring up a 4th and short now for the Spartans. Ball on the 29. Maybe the 40's up here. So ball on the 29-yard line of the Wildcats. So on 4th down, it's going to be a misdirection handoff. Lane's going to have some work to do, and that's another one of those things where I think you just need to turn your shoulder pads upfield and get the first down instead of trying to do too much there.
Tried to cut in, finding a hole, but North Fulton had that perfectly held up so he could not cut back, and a turnover on down sets up North Fulton at about the 29-yard line.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 29, as Kenny said. 16-6 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Looks like 6:42 remaining here in the first half. Wildcats going to come out with 2 wide receivers at the far side, 1 running back. Quarterback, we'll say he's in the pistol. That's not quite a shotgun formation. Going to take the snap, quick pitch to the far side, and Carter Chambers just right there in the backfield to – the kid took the pitch, and there was Carter right in front of him.
And then tried to get past him, and Carter Chambers pretty much grabbed him. Looked like he's trying to do the 80s bully, give him a wedgie type deal. Grabbed the back of that shoulder plate and drug him down from behind.
Two wide receivers to the far side once again. Quarterback the lone setback. He's going to take the snap. He's going to be under pressure immediately, throw out to the flat where it's going to be caught out there, but don't think it's going to go for much of a gain, maybe a yard. Going to get it back up to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 10 now for the Wildcats.
I don't know if you can hear on the broadcast, but their coach is not happy about the defensive end making the play, as you could hear us asking them, hey, can we block somebody on the far sideline?
So here on 3rd and 10, Wildcats come in tight. Pistol formation, one running back. Motion to the near side, going to fake. Quarterback's going to run it up the middle on a quarterback draw where that flag is thrown. That is usually a holding call. He's going to have a gain of about 7 on the carry, but we'll see where they mark it off at.
Although it might be holding, that offensive line got a beautiful push on that play.
And it is holding against the Wildcats. That'll be marked off from, it looks like, around the 32-yard line. So that'll take them back to about the 22. And a 3rd and about 18, it looks like. 3rd and 17. And we're going to have a timeout here on this long 3rd down coming up. Spartans 16, Wildcats 6 here from Bushnell Prairie City High School.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
I would say that one of the most rewarding aspects of being an obstetrician is being present at the delivery of a baby. It's mostly a joyous occasion, and it's just so much fun to be a part of that.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
I feel honored for those patients to have chosen me as their provider to begin with. So when they come in, I definitely have to show them respect and try to take care of them the best way I can.
We're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School after the timeout. The Wildcats come out 3rd and 16, 17. And come out 3 wide receivers here to the near side. Quarterback in the pistol is going to fake the pass to the flat, and he's going to look back out here again. And Dalton Huffman's going to be out there to make the tackle. They were looking to run a pretty much a wheel route out here to number 11, Leedy, as they faked it to him in the flat, and then he turned upfield, but just Spartans did a good job of covering him up, and then they just decided to dump it here to the flats and went for a short gain.
And that check down on the flats, right there, perfect position, was Lane Huffman to try and jump and get around it. If he was only about 6 inches taller, he would have had an interception right there. So going to look to punt here on 4th down. That is picked up by Lane Huffman. He's going to get around one man, try to get upfield.
Nice little cut back there at the end to get him a couple extra yards.
Punt by Dempsey Whitsitt. So Bushnell will take over at around the 38-yard line. 4:18 left in the second quarter. Score is still 16-6 BPC.
So about the same place where they turned it over on downs. They're going to come out 1st and 10 this time. Split backfield, 2 wide receivers. Little pitch here to Lane Huffman. And this time he's just going to use his speed to the sideline. He's going to be close to a 1st down, maybe even have it by about a yard.
And from the last JV game that was here last week, we talked to the coach, and he said that one thing that they had to try and help with Lane is Lane really likes to hit that sideline and move up. And they've been trying to tell him, hey, you've got a lot of field to work with if you can get more inside. As you can see, went right back to that sideline, but if it works, it works.
This time the handoff's going to go to Pierce. He's going to go far sideline and kind of shied away from contact there as the number 4 came up there and looked like Pierce was expecting a tackle there and kind of stopped his feet from driving, and he's going to lose a couple yards.
I think he might have been trying to figure out a way he could get around him from coming in, but man, it doesn't matter if you can do a lot of things. When you slow down, he's just got no place to go.
You're going to try a naked boot this time. Dalton Huffman actually has to cut back across because that was covered. He's got a good run down the near sideline, and Dalton's going to be in from 29 yards out and another Spartan touchdown. Tell you what, that happened so quick as they tried to do a naked bootleg to the far side, and it was good discipline by the far side DN. But Dalton says, hey, you know what? My little brother's not the only one that can make them things happen. I'm gonna cut back across the field and take this one to the house.
And it's still just kind of crazy seeing some of these 8-man runs that go for massive yardage. Just the way that if you can get past one defender, you'll be completely gone.
So the 2-point conversion here, they're going to come out with 3 wide receivers. It's going to be a handoff straight up the middle to Lane Huffman. And once again, like you said, he's using that speed side to side. And that time he was able to spin it back up and get the 2-point conversion and make the score 24-6 now. But, you know, that's what you're saying. I think there's a time for using the speed to the sideline, but also you just got to, at some point, you got to turn it up and get it upfield. So 3:07 here in the first half, 24-6 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Spartans on top.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. 24-6 the score, 3:07 remaining in the second quarter. Spartans on top of the visiting North Fulton Wildcats in this JV contest. Dalton Huffman has it teed up on the 40. Nice little end-over-end kick. Takes that big hop, going to be fielded about the 26. Lots of running room out here. Lane Huffman finally with the bear hug tackle at about the 42-yard line. So Wildcats will take over with decent field position at their own, they're going to mark it up a little further, their own 44-yard line. 45-yard line. I just gave him 6 yards from where I initially said he was tackled. Yeah, well, you know what? We just do it on the lines. It's easier. we're gonna round up from now on. It does make our job easier. 1 wide receiver far side, quarterback in the pistol, 1 setback. Motion to the near side. Handoff's going to go to the motion man. Little jet sweep. And a good job by Jacob Willie out here to force that inside. It's still going to go for a gain of about 4, but he did a real good job of forcing it inside and then making the tackle.
2:45 left in this second quarter. As North Fulton's going to try and make a quick drive and get another score in before the end of the half.
almost like a partial wing T formation here with the quarterback in the pistol. That's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to roll out to the far side, look to throw down the field. And tell you what, number 4 went from receiver to defensive back as Brock Beekman had that lined up for an interception, and 4 came back over the top to knock it away. We do have a flag on the 50-yard line, though.
It's looking a lot like holding from the referee.
It is holding against the Wildcats. That'll mark them back 10, so that will make it second down once again, but second down and 15 as they're going to continue the request from Dwayne and keep it right on the lines. Actually makes it a short 15, maybe a long 14 where they placed it, but two wide receivers far side, going to fake the little pump fake, going to be under pressure, and he's going to get brought down as Carter Chambers is the one to clean it up, but Tarek Hopping the first one in there to force the quarterback out of the pocket.
Carter been doing a really good job of getting into the pocket, even on run plays where he's trying to burst through the backfield.
Yeah, and that one there, he came from a little bit more of an outside position, but as I said, Tarek Hopping was able to get in there and force the quarterback right to him.
That's one thing that you got to worry about. When you're getting through the line, you don't want to get too far upfield where you can't make the tackle. You get excited when you get past the blockers thinking like, hey, I'm going to get something. If you get 3 yards up, then you got nothing.
3rd and 21 here for the Wildcats. They're going to roll out to the near side, throw it to the flat, and it's going to be incomplete. They're going to say that pass was forward. That was close.
He was just a little bit forward, I believe.
You and I are both looking at the same thing here as we see the live stream just a little bit behind us, and it was about a yard forward, so it was a forward pass that's going to fall incomplete. Bring up a 4th and 21 now for the Wildcats. 1:19 remaining here in the first half, 24-6 the score. Spartans on top. Lane Huffman back to do the punt return duties. Punt's going to be here to the near side away from Lane. It's actually going to land out of bounds. That first bounce is going to land right there with the official standing.
That obviously normally is where the ball is.
Right in front. I mean, like, he didn't have to move. It landed right on the line. There was no gumming down, and you know how they like mark it back up to and then wave their hands. Like, that one landed right on the line. North Fulton takes a timeout, and just give you a chance right here to is it Wednesday, Dwayne, that you do your Wednesday night TSSR Weekly? Is that what you name it? Mm-hmm. There's going to be a new segment, as I was able to steal the camera from Dwayne and did a little interview with Coach Rodis, called it First and 10 with Coach Rodis. So I said it on video, so I already named it, I guess. But got some 4 questions there from first to fourth down, and then we got an overtime question in with him. And tell you what, you'll be able to tell from the very first question, he's just like, all right, well, I guess we're starting right there. You know, there was no punches pulled, and we went right after the hard questions. So nice to have that segment for you guys on Wednesday.
TSSR Weekly, a little wrap-up show of all the games that we've done. We'll do some highlights, you know, as we now have interviews with you and any other coaches. Last week we had In the Cup with Coach Snyder. Whenever we can figure out when we can get the TSSR Weekly up, as we've had so many issues.
So here on first down, the direct snap to Dalton Huffman. He's going to run a little option play. He's going to keep it. It's going to be brought down right on the 50-yard line. A short gain of about 3, it looks like. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Clock under 1 minute to go here in the first half. Spartans kind of going into a little bit of a hurry up, it looks like. They're going to be split backfield, 2 wide receiver set. Quick pitch to the near side with Lane Huffman. He's going to break 1 tackle. And finally, he's going to get out of bounds. I almost said this is where you need to be, not only get the yardage, but you got to be smart. And he able to spin off the 1 tackle they're in and get out of bounds. He'll have enough for a first down.
And kind of what we've seen is, once again, somebody tried to tackle Lane pretty much by the face mask. He didn't didn't grab it, but we've seen that a lot between the varsity runs, the JV runs. After the first couple times, the opponents pretty much have to grab anything they can to stop this kid.
So 18-yard gain there by Huffman. Brings up a 1st and 10, 37 seconds remaining. 4 wide receivers set this time for the Spartans. Dalton's going to drop back to pass. Got pressure from the backside. He's going to take a hit as he throws it downfield. And I tell you what, number 12 for the Wildcats, Jackson Gibney, actually knocked that ball away as the defender behind him had that lined up for the interception, and he knocked it away from his own player.
He's just mistimed the jump a little bit as it just bounced right off the fingertips, but man, the other guy right behind him, about 5 yards down, perfect position.
Yeah, he had his hands out just standing underneath of it.
31.7 left in this second quarter.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans now. We're going to come out 1 setback, 3 wide receivers. And it's going to be an option to the near side. Dalton's going to pitch it out there for Lane. That was a great option play right there. He's going to step out of bounds. They're going to say right around the 17-yard line. But that there was almost a textbook perfect pitch relationship, quarterback, running back pitch relationship. Dalton took it right up to where the initial contact was supposed to be and literally just tossed it out there without even looking in hopes that Lane was keeping good pitch relations, which he was, and he took that and just full speed, didn't have to slow stride or nothing.
That is one thing that we've seen this year is BBC a lot of more options into the game plan with the change to 8-man. I think it's, once again, here we're going to do another option. However, Dalton's going to push it up by himself, and he'll get in for the touchdown.
So what would have been an option play to the far sideline this time, and Dalton just saw a huge hole up the middle of the field and was able to cut back and then break a few tackles to get into the end zone. That'll make it 30-6 the score here with just under 17.9 seconds remaining on the clock here in the first half. Two-point conversion attempt for the Spartans. It's going to be a handoff to Pierce. He's going to turn it upfield, power his way forward, and it's going to be no good. He's going to be dropped just short of the would-be goal line, so 17.9 seconds remaining in the first half. 30-6, Spartans on top.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by MDH. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student-athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is also brought to you by Heil Enterprises. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City or call them at 309-775-3333.
So we'll probably effectively have the kickoff and then one play after that, and then we'll be at halftime here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Score 30-6. The Spartans on top of the visiting North Fulton Wildcats. This JV contest, as North Fulton numbers were down, didn't have enough for a varsity team, but did have enough underclassmen for a JV team. I do believe they would have been our Week 2 opponent had they been able to field a team.
And that's how we got mixed in with Blue Ridge and got them to come down.
So Dalton's kick, once again, nice kick. It's just going to take a big bouncer to about the 35. And a decent return all the way up here to about the 47-yard line. It'll take about 5.9 seconds off the clock.
Evan Pierce on the tackle.
And we're going to have a timeout North Fulton, so we're going to step away here again real quick with 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
I would say that one of the most rewarding aspects of being an obstetrician is being present at the delivery of a baby. It's mostly a joyous occasion, and it's just so much fun to be a part of that.
The thing I enjoy most is that we take care of a wide variety of people in our community. I see infants through teenagers and mothers and fathers, and I really enjoy that.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. 12 seconds remaining in the first half. North Fulton wanted to take a timeout there and make sure they had everything squared away for what probably is going to be the last play of the game, or last play of the first half. Wow, let me get that out. Going to roll out, look to his right. He's going to be under pressure. It's going to be a hold, and it's going to be intercepted anyways. Brock Beekman this time hangs on to it. He's going to intercept it at about the 35-yard line. So we still have 3.8 seconds on the clock. And I tell you what, it's been a real tough time trying to stop Carter Chambers.
Man.
And the only way that kid could – this is one of those, I want you to hold him, spit in his ear, tell him a story. I don't know what you do. Just don't let him get to the quarterback.
Man, he had wrapped him around, one on the far side, and the other hand was completely turned around and inside the other side of Carter Chambers.
Well, I mean, Carter didn't get the sack.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't.
It was effective. Not legal, but effective.
Like most good things are.
And the official here kind of being lackadaisical on 3.8 seconds remaining. Snap goes back to Huffman, and he's going to effectively take a knee to end the second quarter. So at the end of the first half, it is 30-6, your Bushnell Prairie City Spartans on top of the visiting North Fulton Wildcats.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. Said, you better come.
Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
We love here in our clinic having kids come in and feel welcome and at home. To have kids who are excited to come in and see us, who we can make the doctor's office be less scary for them. That's what really makes every day worthwhile.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. Said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And we're here at halftime from Bushnell Prairie City High School, about 7 minutes away from going back to a live action. It's 30-6 the score. Your Spartans on top of the visiting North Fulton Wildcats, and we don't have any stats tonight, but I can tell you it's a whole lot to a whole little in the yardage.
Definitely.
I would venture to say that Lane Huffman's probably up close to 100 yards rushing, as he's had 3 or 4 carries at 15 yards or more. You know, big brother Dalton's probably not that far behind. He's probably around, I'd say, at least the half-century mark in rushing yards, as he's had 2 big gains that he's broken for touchdowns. But just pretty much a one-sided affair here in the first half, Kenny.
Pretty much. It really didn't seem that way. The first couple of drives, North Fulton, their offense started really strong, got that 1 touchdown, and they seemed to be rolling a little bit. But, man, how are you going to find somebody that stops Lane Huffman? How are you going to find somebody that can stop Lane Huffman, Dalton Huffman, and Ethan Pierce moving 3 together? That's one thing that when you show the stats, Ethan Pierce might not have that lot of stats, but you got to make sure that you show that you've got 3 runners in the backfield that can do pretty much whatever they want. If you can stop 2 out of the 3, you're good. But right now, they can't even stop 1 out of the 3. That's what pretty much North Fulton needs to work on.
And though I've done one other JV game with you, Kenny, and even that night there, it was, you know, it was the Lane Huffman show in that one as well. But when they did focus on stopping him, they come back next time, and like you said, they'd give it to Ethan Pierce, and, you know, he'd go for a big gain. So it's just like, you know, it's not a one-headed monster back there. I mean, you've got 3 guys, you know, when you include Dalton at the quarterback position, like you said, that, you know, it's a pick your poison kind of situation back there.
100%. On the defensive side, though, Carter Chambers just playing amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you can say. He's been getting into the backfield consistently pretty much every single play, just causing mayhem. He's got multiple sacks. He's stopped many good plays. And, in the first quarter we were joking about it, but, I mean, he had a German suplex on a kid in a football game. You know how much strength that takes.
And when you catch someone that's running at full speed one direction, grab them, stop their momentum, and then flat-footed use your strength to dump him over the top of your own head, that's some power right there. And, I mean, and even on the plays that he didn't make it, I mean, you also got to, like Tarek Hopping, we spoke about him. Carter Chambers was the beneficiary of a sack because of Hopping being able to get through the line of scrimmage and force the quarterback. And I mean, literally forced, like the quarterback spun around and he was just like, oh, hi, Carter, and down he went. Someone else that we definitely need to mention, Jacob Willie, out here, there was a nice little pass out here to the flat that we had. Not only did he force that out wider, I guess, or what that was the jet sweep this way. Not only did he force that back in instead of letting get wide and get the speed that play requires, he forced it back in and then was able still to even come back in and make the tackle on that one.
Also has a fumble recovery on the day. As we drop down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds once we add that special 3 minutes, I'd like to say that TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, is presented by United Community Bank. United Community Bank services are designed to keep you in the game wherever you go. With online and mobile banking that's nothing but net to friendly services you can count on from the leader of community banking, choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and 2 in Macomb. UCB is a member FDIC. Also brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is also brought to you by MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability.
I'm going to take a moment here real quick, Kenny, as I'm looking out there on the field, and you can kind of see there a little bit in the camera. You see Coach Schwartz, Coach Schisler, Coach Zarello. Coach Zarello, of course, couldn't be with us Friday night, passing of a family member, so we still want to, send our condolences to Coach Zarello. It's good to see him back on the field. I know he was one that was missed quite a bit the other night, too. His as vocal as he is and the enthusiasm that he brings to these student athletes, he was definitely missed Friday night.
Definitely the enthusiasm. He may rival Tony Akers, maybe the loudest person that we could ever hear on the football field at one time. And he was up in the crow stand now doing the Tony Akers job of paying attention, finding the weak spots up top and relaying it down to Coach Rodis. And he is really one of the great coaches that we've had.
You think he learns that over you think Tony pulls him aside on Thanksgiving dinners, as there is a family connection there.
Yes.
You think he pulls him aside and they sit down and Tony breaks down the Thursday football. Look, Zarello, here's the Lions. Tell me what they're doing. It makes him break down the game film for him. You think it goes that far? Or?
And then he'll start talking. And I said, break it down, not talk to me, break it down. So he has to yell into a microphone.
I'm glad Tony doesn't watch these. There was one other time we brought him up with the traveling trophy that was made.
The iron spike?
Yep. And Coach McCormick wanted to make sure that Tony got all the credit that he needed.
I don't know if old Tony knows how to open up an iPhone to use YouTube. So
I didn't say that, Tony. I didn't say that.
Well,
I plead the fifth. Anyway, it's good to see Coach Zarello back down there. I tried to get him to do the post game. He much like Tony also said, no chance. But we're set here for game time in the second half, and Huffman's kick's going to go down to around the 25-yard line where it's going to be fielded. And just a collision right there at the 30 as Lane Huffman is one of them there, and so is Brock Beekman. And I think that was the mysterious number 4 on the carry.
Yes, once again, if anybody knows, number 4 on North Fulton, send us a message into the live chat. We'd love to know so we can give credit to him because he's been pretty much everywhere. Offensive, defense, special teams.
Or if you just want to make up a name that's, football appropriate, we'll go with it maybe.
Yeah, Terry McGahee.
Max Powers on the carry. Quarterback in the pistol. He's got some motion coming across, going to fake the motion, and he's going to go with an option play, but right there in the backfield, Ethan Pierce comes in and wraps him up for a loss of about 5.
That's a nice use of a little blitz there by BPC. It's one thing I got to talk to Coach Rodis about, kind of how his coaching style changes when it comes to an 8-man, and he said that he really tried to make it simple on the players because there's a lot of confusion going into what 8-man really was. And the one thing that they lost defensively was a lot of their blitzing packages between the linebackers that they've had. So he's had to create a lot more.
Same formation, wide receiver far side, kind of a wing, like a broken wing T. Going to be a toss sweep here to the near side. Brock Beekman right there in the backfield. Going to make initial contact. And once again, Carter Chambers in there to clean it up. There is a flag on the field at about the 25-yard line. Once again, where that was thrown, it looks like it could be a hold against North Fulton. It is a hold. I think as I said, I have a feeling they're just going to decline this, and it's going to be 3rd and 17, Dwayne says. I go with that. That's actually, I can't even argue that one. To argue that would just be for the sake of arguing.
Well, I wouldn't imagine you would argue for the sake of arguing.
No, I leave that to Dwayne. Wide receiver near side, quarterback in the pistol, one setback. Wingback's going to go in motion. Going to be a handoff to the right side. And once again, the German suplex tackle. As I watched him on that one, he just sets his feet, catches, and it's just like a
complete change of momentum.
I'm trying to think like a clean and jerk. He just like grabs him and just boom, just.
Power clean, one of the worst lifts ever.
So 4th and 12 now for the Wildcats. They're set back to punt. Dalton Huffman back to receive. Plenty of time to kick. It's going to be a high, short kick. It's going to bounce right about the 50-yard line. And it's going to be down to about the 45-yard line. I could hear the coach with my headset on yelling at someone to go to the ball as the white jerseys kind of gave up on the play. And even they're going to move that ball forward about a half a yard for you, Dwayne, to put it right on the line. 1st and 10 from the 45 for the Spartans. Spartans going to come out with their offset power I formation. Going to be a low snap. Going to fake the handoff. Dalton Huffman's going to roll out to the far side. A little naked boot action. He's going to use a spin move. Kind of a double spin move there. And he's going to have a gain of where he is standing about 8 yards. They'll bring up a 2nd and 2.
7:45 left in this third quarter. Score still 32-6 BPC over North Fulton.
Split backfield, line in tight this time. No wide receivers. Guess you call it maybe a double tight. Handoff to Lane Huffman. He's going to take it up the middle and try to cut back against the grain. He's going to have a gain of 1. We're going to call it a 3rd and 1. So 3rd and short here for the Spartans. 2 wide receivers, split backfield. Dalton in the shotgun. Going to be fake handoff to Lane and straight up the middle to Ethan Pierce. They're yelling ball, ball, ball. We'll see. It looks like one of the West Prairie players does have it, but they're signaling
Fulton?
fourth down.
I think you mean North Fulton.
What'd I say?
West Prairie.
West Prairie? Might didn't even notice. North Fulton.
So fourth and short. They're going to try and mix something up and maybe go outside. They just ran 3 plays straight inside.
So fourth, and we're going to call it a short 2. Handoff's going to go to Lane Huffman off the right side, and he's going to have to power his way forward. He's going to have enough for a first down, but he took initial contact behind the line of scrimmage.
And then he just spun out and just kept on moving his feet. That's one of those good things about moving your feet is you might spin off that first hit, and instead of stopping your feet and trying to get around, if you just keep on chugging those feet, you're going to get a couple more yards of momentum.
Yeah, he got those last 2 yards actually backwards, backpedaling, and a good, good job at being able to keep his balance. We're going to spread it out a little bit. 3 wide receivers, 1 running back. It's going to be option. Dalton's going to keep it this time. He's going to lose maybe about 2 yards. Bring up a second. We're going to call it 12.
That was a good way of getting to the far side. So even if he did have that first contact, it's not like he could really pitch it off to the side as the defender was sitting right there.
It was one thing that always annoyed me as a running back is why are we running option to the short side of the field? We don't have enough room to work with over there. But they're going to bring it in tight, split backfield once again. Going to fake the handoff to Lane, naked boot, and Dalton this time is going to be under pressure, but has a wide open wide receiver. Willie was down the field around the 20-yard line. He kind of stopped his route, and Dalton just gave it the old heave-ho after breaking out of what would have been a sack.
Just slipped right through his hands. And you could see Coach Cirillo was not happy about that one as he jumped and turned around, and I'm pretty sure he jumped about 5 yards.
So bring up a 3rd and long here for the Spartans. Don't need to get it all back here on this play, but need to get it manageable. Going to drop back, look to pass. Dalton's going to be under pressure, make the first guy miss. We're going to have a holding anyways. Dalton's going to bring it near sideline and throw it towards little brother. It's going to be broke up by number 11, Heedy once again. But we've got a flag all the way back at the 48-yard line. So they're going to mark off 10 from there.
Whew.
What was the penalty?
Holding.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, yeah, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage was where the holding occurred, and then marked 10 yards off from that. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down again and a 3rd and 26, 27. Dalton going to drop back, look to throw, going to be under pressure. Throw it over the middle. It's going to fall incomplete as little brother Lane was once again his intended receiver. And this will bring up a 4th and 27 for the Spartans. Looks like they're going to bring in probably the punt team here.
I mean, you pretty much have to punt in this situation. It's
30-6, and it's 4th and 27. There's no reason to go for it. Good snap. Dalton going to get it. Line drive kick going to be bounced and
bobbled.
It's going to be muffed. Live ball finally fallen on by the return man at about the 31-yard line. Max Powers, number 4.
Number 4.
So they're going to mark the ball right on the 30-yard line. As Dwayne said, as he muffed the punt and had to crawl after it. That's why you do bear crawls. As he did bear crawl for the ball. I mean, you're closer. You know, I'm further out than you, and I still get shudders from thinking of bear crawls.
Oh gosh, especially when one time we had practice where we did a bear crawl for, I believe, around the entire football field. That was, whoo boy. Gonna look to pass here as he's gonna lay this one up. Gonna be overshot a little bit. Intended for 21, David Roberts.
Good coverage there by Brock Beekman, right in his pocket there with him the whole way. I know one time, and I think it was my freshman year, we had to do bear crawls for every yards of penalty we had in a JV game, and we had to do 175 yards of bear crawls.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
true.
Oh, that is true.
So 2nd and 10 here for the Wildcats. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Well, that player wasn't for sure where he was supposed to be. He got pointed in the right direction. Low snap, going to be fielded by the quarterback and take it straight at the middle. And once again, Carter Chambers in there to make the stop. Give him a gain of 3, brings up a 3rd and 7 now. There was all sorts of confusion on that play. The wingback wasn't for sure where he was supposed to go. The snap was low. The play just ended up being a quarterback draw.
Kind of looked like when he started out, he was going to try and be a far side option as the running back was running right behind him. However, that did not end up being the right play.
So 3rd and 7 here for the Wildcats. Fake the handoff, roll out near side, look to pass, throw one out here in the flats. He had a wide open receiver, number 61 once again. He's already caught 1 touchdown tonight. That's Dempsey Whitsitt. That's one of those names you take your time to pronounce it when you read it on the paper. So North Fulton's going to take a timeout here with 3:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 30-6 the score, Spartans on top.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
And we're back here, Bushnell Prairie City High School. Your JV Spartans on top 36, the visiting North Fulton Wildcats. It is 4th and 7. It looks like North Fulton set up for a punt, but I don't think DPC's buying it as they don't have a return man. And it is going to be a fake punt. Roll out here to the near side, look to throw. He's going to pull it down and get just absolutely stuck by Kramer.
Nate Kramer with the perfect tackle.
Wow.
My gosh. So that'd be a turnover on downs. BPC takes the ball.
Shoulder in, wrap, drive the hips upward, lift him off the ground, and put him into the dirt. Better mark the time frame that happened at, so that way you can. So Spartans take over 1st and 10 after the turnover on downs. We're going to start out with a quick pitch here to Lane Huffman. He's going to get it outside, break 1 tackle. And he's going to get whistled for stepping out of bounds, I do believe, on the far side. You're going to stop him right on the 25-yard line, so a gain of 13 for Lane. That stops the clock, 3:27 here in the 3rd quarter. Offset power eye this time. Have to do some explaining to Pierce on the play. And it's going to be a handoff to Pierce straight up the middle, but it's going to go for a short gain, if anything, maybe lost about a yard.
It does look like they're going to move him back just a little bit. Second and long for the Spartans as they get set up.
Offset power eye once again for the Spartans. This time he's going to go handoff straight ahead to Lane Huffman. He's going to bounce it outside. Get wrapped up there once he crossed the 25-yard line. Was able to drag number 4 for a yard or two. Get a gain of about 3.5. Got back to the passing rules line scrimmage and then another 3. So it's going to bring up, we're going to call it third and, Dwayne's got 3rd and 8.
3rd and 7.
We'll say a 3rd and short 8. Dwayne says 3rd and 7, which is what I was going to go with.
So 3rd and 8 for the PVC.
I did say short 8, just to make sure. One setback through wide receivers. Dalton's going to look to pass. He's going to pull it down because he's under pressure almost instantly. He's going to take it to the far sideline, have enough for the first down, and some more as he spins off a would-be tackler. He is in for the touchdown. A 27-yard? You get 22 on there. Was that? For some reason, I thought he was behind the 25. Nope, 22-yard run. The angle here was getting me.
.156 left in this third quarter. 36-6 your score.
Pretty sure you just said 36-6 there.
Well,
I don't know what you're trying to do.
36-6.
2-point conversion here for the Spartans. Low snap. Handoff's going to go to Pierce, and he himself is going to find out what a kind of a side suplex looks like as he was brought down. So 2-point conversion, no good. 1:56 remaining in the third quarter. 36-6 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School.
This is our Game Time Live presented by MDH. This is brought to you by the Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for only $42 per year, or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Also brought to you by Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pastas, sandwiches, and of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out of 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. Man, I am feeling like some Rosie's Pizza tonight.
You said that. I'm just like, man, that sounds good. But I made some taco soup last night that's just waiting in the fridge. So
might have to go in and see owner Gianna and Tony.
Stop in and see Tony. I always ask Tony when I come in, what's good tonight, Tony? Everything.
Everything. And brand new waitress just hired, one Elizabeth Suter. Finally got her to get a job.
Dalton Huffman's kick, good deep kick, fielded right at the 25-yard line this time. It's going to be brought up the far sideline, and Lane Huffman going to be up there to make the tackle at about the 37, 38-yard line. So the Wildcats will take over 1st and 10. Ball on their own 30-ish. 37, Dwayne? Nope, never mind. They're moving it up, 38. I thought they might round up to the 40, but.
I mean, we could just round it to the 50, and that would work for everybody, I believe.
1st and 10, Wildcats. Careful what you ask for because they're going to do away with kickoffs, and you're just going to get it at a rounded yard line here someday. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 setback, quarterback in the pistol. Quick pitch here to the near side, and Pierce in the backfield right away. And then you've got Dalton Huffman and then Carter Chambers coming in to clean it up. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Well, I said 2, but then they kind of moved it back on me. I can't tell who that is over there on the sticks. I know Sam Huffman's over there. I think Brad Beekman's over there as well. Of course, they've got the best view to watch the boys play on the field right now. So, once again, 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 setback, quarterback in the pistol. Low snap going to be fielded by the quarterback, and he's just got nowhere to go. Carter Chambers and Nate Kramer in there just to wrap him up instantly, and he's going to go down pretty hard.
That snap was just
if we said 2, that's a loss of 3 because that looks like 3rd and 15 now. Fair enough. Not like my stats are going to get messed up any. So clock running here. We're under 30 seconds, about 25 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 3rd and 15 for the Wildcats. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to come out 2 wide receivers, 2 wingbacks it looks like. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He's going to drop back. He's going to look to throw under pressure again, hopping once again right in there. Going to force him out. Lane Huffman's going to come in and clean up what Carter Chambers started there, but once again, hopping right up the middle to force that play to begin with. And that will effectively end the third quarter. 36-6 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Your Spartans on top in this JV contest.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
And we're back here, Bushnell Prairie City High School. Wildcats 4th and 17 as the teams swap ends of the field here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Wildcats this time actually look like they're going to set up the punt formation a little bit different from the last time when they faked it.
And you were wrong.
Nope, they're going to do a little throwback pass over here. He's got some running room. He's going to cut it back, have the first down, and I still don't know who number 4 is. Max yardage on that one.
Tanner Brooks, 64, on a nice block just to get in the way of Jake Willie to ensure the first down on that fake punt.
And a really nice gain there for him on that fake. And, you know, the Spartans had a chance there, but he made a really good cutback against the grain to get him another 10 yards downfield. So it'll be 1st and 10 now, ball on the Spartan 44-yard line. Wildcats taking their time coming to the line of scrimmage after that first down play, or at the 4th down play, I should say. Low snap once again. Going to be a handoff, though, here to the near side. Lots of running room down the sideline for number 11. Going to be brought down by Kramer and Dalton Huffman, but not before he gets a first down and a gain of about 15, it looks like.
And you can see on that last play, the BBC defense did a really nice job of getting through the line quick up in front, but they did not have any contained man on the far side. They had to have safety come down to finish that tackle off. So North Fulton's going to get set up looking to continue this drive they found themselves on. That is on the 20.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I sit there and look at it,
Low snap once again, quick pitch,
Oh,
and
right
in
there.
the backfield. And he's going to break both tackles, and he's going to be down the far sideline for a touchdown as Lane Huffman came in and laid the shoulder in but did not bring the arms on the wrap-up. And
then he skipped,
Is
got
that
through
Draven?
2 tackles. That
Draven
is
Leedy.
Nice run by Draven to get through. And that makes the score 36-12. BBC is up.
And, we talked about the last possession when we had Nate Kramer, what was technically the picture-perfect form tackle. That was not. That's the just throwing your shoulder into them and thinking they're going to fall down. And Lane, of all people, knowing how he bounces off people, he needs to bring the arms on those tackles. So 2-point conversion here for the Wildcats. Low snap once again, handoff up the middle. It's going to be close, waiting for the signal, but it is no good. Look like Kramer and Chambers once again on the stop. 2-point conversion, no good. 8:32 remaining here in the contest. 36-12 the score. Your Spartans on top.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April to October, Monday to Friday, 10 to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 to 4 p.m. for all of your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Currently, we have pumpkins and other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. It's October time, so pumpkins are the perfect place to get over at Good Hope Gardens.
NFL game delayed due to lightning. Kickoff should be here in about the next 25 minutes, though, as the Raiders and the Chargers. Well, I mean, what do you expect? They have lightning bolts on the side of their helmets.
Well, yeah. I mean, you did say the name wrong. It's not the Raiders. It's the Raiders.
And then we also can't forget what starts tomorrow, Kenny.
What is that?
Baseball postseason starts tomorrow. Is the Yankees and the Red Sox. I mean, it doesn't get any better than the Yankees and the Red Sox. Yeah, at Fenway.
Red Sox are going to win that one 100%.
Garrett Cole against Evaldi. I was hoping it'd be like Sale, but so the kickoff here for North Fulton. You're going to take some bounces around. Dalton Huffman finally picks it up, and he's going to return it here to the near side. Nice avoid of blocking the back there, but Dalton's going to take it down the near sideline. As long as he keeps his balance, he's going to be in for the touchdown.
And he is.
From a I don't even know what to say. I'm just glad you guys can actually see this one on the screen because I can't describe what just happened there.
I don't understand. He sat there. He could not get the ball, and everybody was down perfectly at his level. He breaks one tackle, gets around one other person, and he's just completely gone. It's insane to watch.
That's one of those things because of the shape of the football. That thing literally took 4 different bounces the exact opposite way from where Dalton was putting his hands down. He finally just stopped and just waited for the ball to quit moving, grabbed it, and then took it to the house.
42-12 now your score. BPC up. 8:15 left in the fourth quarter. They're going to get set up for the 2-point conversion. Had a little confusion as we had 9 Wildcats out on the field.
A little confusion there on the 2-point conversion. Dalton's going to end up keeping it himself, but it'll be no good. So 8:15 remaining in the contest. The score is now 42-12. Spartans on top.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
I would say that one of the most rewarding aspects of being an obstetrician is being present at the delivery of a baby. It's mostly a joyous occasion, and it's just so much fun to be a part of that.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School, and, because the kickoff got called, as I said, the playoffs start tomorrow night, and, of course, Wednesday night, the more important game, the National League, as the Cardinals go to L.A. and that wild card. Dalton Huffman with the kick here is going to skip down, and this one's going to take a bounce pass number 4. We still don't have a name for him. He's going to return it up the middle of the field. Finally gets drugged down from behind, though. Going to be just short of the 40-yard line, which means they're probably going to round it up to the 40. They're rounding down. That's
38.
That's the 38-ish. So 38.5-yard line, as Dwayne says.
Should go through and just spray paint on our own little tick marks.
Right. I told him I needed those. He shook his head no. I was talking to him the other day about it. I was like, oh, I'm disappointed. I need hash marks. He goes, no.
No.
So 1st and 10 here for the Wildcats. Ball on the 38.5-yard line. Going to come back in what looks like a broken wing tee with a wide receiver to the far side. Pistol formation for the quarterback. Low snap, handoff straight up the middle. And it looked like Kramer actually guessed the wrong gap as he shot right by the running back. A gain of 8, bring up a 2nd and 2. .47. So 2nd down and 2 here for the Wildcats. Toss sweep to the far side. That's number 11 on the ball carry. He's going to get wrapped up by, looks like Chambers once again, and they're on the tackle. It's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
As they do.
Yep, they now make the signal. They're saying, made the indication to stop the clock and then set the chains.
7:02
and
left
now
in this 4th quarter.
Unlike last time Dwayne was on the clock, this guy actually waits to the very end to start the clock. The last guy was starting the clock before they even took the chains off the ground. So 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. Ball on about the 58-yard line. 48-yard line, just shy of the 50 is what I meant to say.
The 58.
Quarterback keeper, he's going to take it off the far side. He's finally going to get brought down by, is that Nate Kramer on the tackle? Nope. Ethan Pierce on the tackle. No. He goes right the first time.
He's getting up a little slow.
Yeah, he got drove right down on that shoulder. He's going to have a first down all the way down to the 36-yard line, it looks like, but he has been as I don't know if you guys could hear what Dwayne said. Dwayne, he's been hit a lot and he's been hit hard tonight, and that one there he got drove right into the ground. So number 4 is going to be the quarterback now, the little jack of all trades it looks like. Nope, he's actually a running back. The guy in front of him is at quarterback now. I think that's Heedy in at quarterback.
Indeed.
He's just going to take it straight up the middle, and he's going to find out what his counterpart has been dealing with all night as Carter Chambers once again just wraps him up and spins him down, and now Heedy's down on the ground as well.
Yeah, he took a hard landing on that one.
So we're going to take a break here as the injury timeout. 42-12 the score from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Spartans on top, 6:06 remaining in the contest.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
After the injury timeout, we're back here, 5:55 remaining in the contest, 42-12 the score. New quarterback in, going to be a toss sweep to the far side. And Kramer, I believe, once again just coming up and making a really good tackle on the far side.
Number 12, Jackson Gibney, back. So 3rd and 9. Closer to 3rd and 8 now that they moved the marker.
So 3rd down and 8 here for the Wildcats. Handoff up the middle, number 4. He's going to be brought down short of the first down. He's going to gain about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th, and we're going to call it 4.
.435 left in this 4th quarter. Your score is still 42-12 BPC. North Fulton going to try and find anything they can to get this first down.
We send a wide receiver out here to the near side. One setback, quarterback in the pistol. Kind of a broken wing tee still. Trying to get the Spartans to jump off sides here on fourth down. Spartans doing a very good job of watching the ball. Now they're going to hand it off straight up the middle. And he's going to be initially stopped short, but I think the second effort there is going to get him the first down.
I do not. Ooh, well.
Yeah, he didn't have to get it to the line. He was about a yard. He only had to get it down to about the 26-yard line, and I think he got it past that just enough.
Yeah. Like you said, the orientation is messing with my eyes. So 1st and 10 for North Fulton as they're back at getting set up in the wing T formation. Going to hand the ball off, fake the handoff, go for the throw, and it'll just be off the helmet of 21. That is David Roberts. And, man, it looked like it was a perfect pass going right towards him. However, just a little bit to the far side. As Dwayne keeps on knocking things over.
I can't blame that one on Dwayne. I kicked my own water bottle over that time.
Well, the viewers don't know that, so why'd you agree? 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 3:36 in this fourth quarter.
Wide receivers far side for the Wildcats. Going to be a fake toss sweep. Nice misdirection there. And once again, the ball's going to go right through the would-be receiver's hands. Had to step away there for a minute, Kenny, talking to Coach Snyder's. Now he came walking back up, but Dalton Strode will be continuing on. Not for sure where he plays today, but he will be continuing on his state journey in golf for the 2021 season. Chamboli Golf Course got 7th or 8th, Coach Snyder thinks. So it's a handoff up the middle here for the Wildcats. Nate Kramer there to clean it up after it looked like Carter Chambers had the initial hit. So this is on to the state finals then? So practice round on Thursday, 2-day tournament this weekend at Prairie Vista Golf Course. So congratulations to Dalton Strode, which means we will have another episode of In the Cup with Coach Snyder. And I told him if it continued that I would bring my golf clubs out and we would shoot a hole. So it'll probably be about a 40-minute segment. Even if we play a par 3, it'll take me that long to finish it. So fourth down play here once again. Going to fake the pitch. Going to roll it back here to the near side, but the Spartan defense was ready for that. It's going to go for probably a short gain, if anything, but it'll be a turnover on downs. Spartans will take over just under 2:30 remaining here in the contest. 42-12 the score with the JV Spartans on top. Kind of had to step away there so I talked to him, and I knew I was leaving it in good hands with you, and I did see the pass to the end zone that was hit him in a bad spot.
And it was just 2 plays right in a row. There was a decent pass, but it's just the wrong side of the receiver looking for it. .130 left in this fourth quarter as Brock Beekman comes onto the field. Bushnell gets set up here.
A little quick pitch here to the near side. I think that's Beekman on the carry. He's got some running room here off the near side. He's going to have a gain of about 11 or 12 and enough for a Spartan first down.
That was pretty much just a hard run right to the cornerback, Brock Beekman. One of the first times he's ran on offense. A lot of times we've been calling his name on defense so far for the JV team.
Does have an interception tonight to go along with that rush, so.
Going to work in a little bit more of the freshman team.
Take the snap off the ground. Kind of a low snap there to Dalton. He's going to pick it up and hand it off to Pierce, who is instantly going to get cut down in the backfield. Be a loss of about 1, it looks like.
Completely sandwiched between the two players. It looked like number 12 and I think it was that number 53, Dawson Shields, along with Gibney.
So the Spartans content with just letting the time run off the clock here.
As they're going to get ready to count, they'll get down for the next play.
Yep, waiting for the 5-second countdown, and
they'll kneel it down.
I don't know if they'll be able to. They're going to snap this one probably right around. Yeah, they should.
They should have.
They should be able to, because this one will be down under 30 seconds, and then after they spot the ball. So one more kneel down here on 3rd down, and we will be wrapping this up. Of course, I do believe Coach Schwartz will be coming up to talk with us after the contest. If you want to stick around and talk to Coach Schwartz and see if we can get any possible injury updates or. So there's the last snap and the kneel down by Dalton.
So with that will end this game as BPC Spartans take home the home win against the North Fulton Wildcats, 42-12. And after they shake hands and everything, we will have Coach Schwartz up here for our TSSR Game Time Live JoJo's Gaming Parlor halftime show. Excuse me, halftime post-game show. Yeah, I want to stick around here and do another one of these, you know. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our Spartans on to victory. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is also brought to you by Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long family history of taking an active role in the Bushnell Prairie City School District, and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy this short athletic campaign. So after this...
See, I fixed mine the other night. See, this is a different one because it says shortened athletics. So
that is true. Now that I thought about that.
I actually took that out, and mine just says now enjoy this athletic campaign.
Well, I kind of picked this up off the ground from a couple of weeks ago, so I would not have to read it off my phone.
So 42-12, the final score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. The JV Spartans take the victory over the North Fulton Wildcats. As we say, Coach Schlichler is going to come up. No, Coach Schwartz. I was actually looking at Coach Schlichler when I said that, and I'm just like, nope, I just said the wrong name. So I'm going to leave that one up to you, Kenny.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want, I don't know if we need another broken camera by my face. But
I just don't look at it. So
well, yeah, that does help as we've got.
I mean, I didn't bring. I don't feel like I'm dressed appropriately because I just walked out of the house and you know, I don't know if my attire. You had the.
You've worn your attire one time.
No, I wear it for every interview but one that hasn't been on.
Which was one of the ones.
So. I even put it on the other night. I always bring it with. I just don't wear the hoodie. Yeah, Peoria Heights in the very first game when I didn't have it. There's the only two that – because Peoria Heights, I literally, after we got done, I looked at it and I'm like, I forgot to put that on. We actually – me and him were moving it all night, getting it out of the way because every time we moved it was where we needed to be. And then we got done with that game and I was just like –
Alrighty. Well, We'll step out here so we can get our camera situated for Coach Schwartz to come up, and we'll be back right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH for our JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show, and we've got Coach Schwartz up here. And first thing I'd like to say, congratulations on the big win there.
Hey, thank you.
Your offense did a really nice job of shedding tackles the entire game, and it's not just Lane Huffman, but Dalton and even Ethan Pierce got a little bit into it. Is that something that you kind of work on to show them as help to get and spin around some of these arm tackles?
Yeah, no, for sure. We tell them all the time, you know, once you make contact, you've got to keep driving your feet. So that way, if you get a guy that's arm tackling you, you can drive through that, and they're not taking you down with just their arms. And so, you know, that's something they work on big time as running backs is just driving their feet and keeping their feet moving so that, you know, they can break those tackles. Yeah.
Also, another good thing that you guys did was defensively, Carter Chambers had an amazing game getting through the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of blitz that you guys have shown were really effective, especially ones using Brock Beekman onto the far side. Getting a little, mixing up defense a little bit more now that we're kind of getting towards the end of the season?
Yeah, you know, the more we practice during practice, you know, it just translates to the game. And, you know, so we're just really trying to have them learn their assignments and learn where they're supposed to go, especially at the JV level. That's what we tell them every night out here is, you know, this is where you need to make mistakes because then we can correct them. But, yeah, those guys that you named, I mean, they just did, you know, a great job at, you know, penetrating through their offensive line, and they, you know, they cleaned it up.
One thing that we did notice towards the end of the game, after the missed tackle that Lane had, he kind of came up limping, holding his hand. Is have an injury report on him for the rest of the game?
So you know what? He did get stepped on, and his hand was already turning black and blue. So we just, we took the precaution of just pulling him the rest of the game. We had some guys that were ready to go, and that's the awesome part about our team is we've got guys that are, ready to go if someone goes down like Lane. And so we had someone fill in for him, and they did a great job. Lane, he should be all right. He should be good to go on Friday night this week, or actually it's a Saturday game this week. So he should be good to go on Saturday, as long as he takes care of it at home and is icing it and doing the stuff he needs to do to get back on the field.
It's one thing you'd like to hear, especially in a year like this where we've already had so many injury issues,
right,
with Talon Love being down,
yep,
and Evan Pierce. I'll let you go on this one. As we're coming near the end of the year, we do have some more JV games, correct? Coming up, or is this the last one?
No, this was our last JV game. So it was a great way to go out, and I couldn't have been more proud of this group and the people that are on our team, because they strived for a perfect season. We obviously lost last week, so that was kind of tough. So I told them, kind of get back on that train and let's go get our last win, and they did just that. So.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming up and talking to us. It's been great to have you here all year. Hopefully next year that we can come and do it again.
That's right.
And for more JV games next year as well.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys always doing such a great job and doing what we need out here. So this is awesome to have you guys, and it gives these guys exposure and lets those people at home and watch our games. So no, we really appreciate what you guys do. So thank you.
Alrighty. And thank you guys for watching this TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Stream. We will be back in a couple of days for a volleyball game, I believe. West Prairie, that will be Greg on the call. Wednesday, don't forget, TSSR Weekly coming from JoJo's Gaming Parlor, hopefully live. We've had some issues last week that we apologize for, but I think we've got everything working out fine. We'll have some highlights and another great talk between Jeff Borders and Coach Rodis that we're kind of calling First and 10, I believe. And it's going to be a fun one to watch.
I love it.
At the net with Terry Paul as well, as we got to actually talk to the West Prairie volleyball coach. It'll be great times, so just tune in and watch, and we'll have the entire schedule for the rest of the week that day as well. So stay tuned to Hewlett Preppy Pro, subscribe and like. Turn on the notifications on your device to get a notification every time we go live for a stream. We thank you for watching.